Chapter 3, or Trust. When I awoke again, I was surrounded by light so bright it blinded my good eye. I was reminded of my birth and wondered briefly if I had gone to the place where you go where you drift off to sleep only to never wake up again. I felt weak, but I was able to lift up a paw. I saw clear tubes and something white and sticky wrapped around my limb. It hurt a little when I tried to move around too much, so I lay still, trying to adjust to the brightness in the room. I smelled humans and heard them shuffling around, but they weren't in my line of vision. I lay on something soft and it felt nice against my fur. I rolled around on it and stretched, and I thought to myself that whatever this place was, it was nice. I wasn't hungry or thirsty, and I felt warm. I heard the sounds of others in my colony, and I smelled them, and I wondered how many of us were in the place where one goes to sleep, never to wake up again. Suddenly, a human was in my face, and I reared back, my rear hitting against something. I looked around, and I saw I was completely surrounded in something like a box, but shiny, and not the cardboard that my siblings and I used to play with when we were very small. The human made a cooing noise and ran its paw along the hard box. Fearfully, I cried out. This place could not be good if humans were around. Humans only bought food sometimes, and sometimes was not nearly enough. I could not depend on them. I thought of Mother and how she used to look out for me, and I missed her so much. Then I remembered that she took my eye and thought she was just as bad as the humans. It hurt me throughout my whole body to think this, and I cowered in my box until sleep overtook me again. When I woke up, I was being handled. I opened my eye, and after blinking a few times to adjust to the light, I saw a human up close. I shrank back and hissed. But the human ran a paw over my head and scratched behind my ear. It felt nice, so I relaxed, but only a little. The human cooed and blew warm air into my face as it made sounds. Suddenly, I was aware of other humans nearby. They were making sounds together and cooing, and I was passed around from one set of paws to the next. I didn't like this and sank my teeth into a human paw. The human made a sound, not an angry one, but a tinkling sound like it was happy. I was scared. What will happen to me? I could smell others from my colony nearby, but when I looked around, I only saw humans in white. I heard the sounds of running water and beeping and loud voices. I was dizzy and confused. I wanted to escape, but didn't know how or where to. Then I was given to a set of paws that were soft and smelled faintly like food. I was lifted up and cradled against the face of this human. I whimpered and burrowed next to its warm cheek. The human cooed and nuzzled me, and I closed my eye and pretended it was Mother. Not the new, cold, mean mother who took my eye, but the sweet one who let me suckle from her and kept my body warm at night. I lay against the human until I fell asleep. I felt safe. Even if it was fleeting, even if something bad was to happen, I relished the respite. I felt something akin to what Mother used to give me. The human eventually set me down on the floor and let me run around. It followed behind me as I tried to get used to the new view I had. I missed my other eye, but there was no use crying about it. My right eye was strong, and I appreciated its presence, even if it was biased. Trying out my limbs, I jumped up, stretched, and rolled around, glad to be out of my metal box. I found a bowl of food, and it was soft and mushy. I dove into it and ate it until I licked the bowl clean. Full, I lay down and rolled over, belly exposed. The human with the nice, soft-smelling paws knelt down and scratched my belly, and I purred. I wanted to stay there forever.